Hey y'all, this is Battle Means by Amari coming back at you with another video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about a subject that, kind of gets to me sometimes. It's about people thinking that GT ruined certain characters when that's not the case at all. People need to realize that GT takes place after 15 years of peace. No threats have come in that 15-year time period that have been documented as far as we know. Y'all need to realize that. Like, they've basically been living normal, quote unquote, human lives, like just living regular lives. So let's get into it. Trunks. This seems to be the main character that people seem to give the gripe to. Y'all need to realize something. This Trunks is not this Trunks. This is future Trunks. He knows the struggle. He grew up in a fucked up time. All his family and friends are dead. Like he's grew up in a dark period where all that he really had to rely on was hope. Like, it was a fucked up time. He cannot be compared to this Trunks. Which, granted, yeah, he did some training with Piccolo and Goten, and I'm sure he's done some stuff with his dad. There's still no comparison. He grew up with his friend, his best friend, his family, and in a time of happiness. Granted, Majin Buu and all that stuff, but he grew up in a good time. He grew up rich, spoiled, and with his friends and family. Also in GT, it expands on that. He's dressed in the sports jacket with the shorts on. He's money. He looks like money. And he's now the president of a multi-billion-dollar company handed to him by his mom. I mean, this guy's money. That means he's been to school, studying, and you can't expect Trunks to be the same exact way future Trunks is. It's like comparing apples and oranges. And don't get me wrong, Trunks showed tremendous heart in GT, and he can still go Super Saiyan with no problem. So that's not to say he completely stopped training. It's just, he grew up in a time of peace and he has actual responsibility. And the same goes for Goten. He grew up basically being normal. He likes the ladies. He I guess you could say he's quite popular. He's a chill dude. You know what I'm saying? He's just a cool guy, and he's not like his father. He's not pressed to train and break his limits and all this stuff. He grew up on Earth as a child and basically did not have to struggle or fight a tremendous amount of villains. So he's just the normal guy. So you guys really need to cut them some slack. Like, I know to you kids, a character's quality is all about how strong they are, but characters are deeper than that, and it's time to like grow up and start to understand that's not all that a character's quality relies on. Power. Like, people constantly say, "Oh, Pan is annoying. Pan sucks. Oh, she's so annoying. GT would be better without her. She's a little fucking girl. Like, what do you expect her to be like? She grew up like a little spoiled brat. I mean, she's going through things little girls go through. I mean, come on now. Like, she's a kid. What do you expect her to be like? You expect her to be like Goku or something?" And I like the fact that she actually showed development throughout GT. Like, when she first met Goku, she couldn't stand him because he was a kid. She didn't respect him. But then after a while, that old love thing that they had before Goku left, it grew on her, and she began to respect Goku and love him for him being her grandpa. You know what I'm saying? And that was good to see throughout GT. And I have 3 younger sisters, so trust me, around the age of 13 or 14, which is what Pan is, they are extremely annoying. So, I mean, I don't know what you expect from her. Vegeta, I did a video on Vegeta and on how I love that his character development from the end of the Buu saga transpired over to GT and they expanded on it. His daughter Bra, she's just basically loving the fruits of being rich. She shows a lot of support on certain parts of GT as far as the plot goes. Krillin, lovely family, old. He's older now, just has his daughter and his wife. Master Roshi, he's still the old pervert that he was. He's always been. And he's basically chilling, which he deserves. Yamcha, he's got to be like in his 60s. He's basically come to peace with the fact that him and Boomer are over, so he's off doing his own thing. Tien, as usual, is off somewhere training. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised that he didn't show up against Yi Xinglong, because Tien is the type to just show up anyway, even if he knows he can't win. Even if he would have showed up and got one shot, I'd have been cool with that. That was kind of a missed opportunity for Tien to get in there. I will admit that. The ladies, they're all older, and they seem to spend a lot more time together in GT. Now, Oob, he's a touchy subject. Now, this guy is powerful. There's no denying how powerful he is. Could they have expanded on him more? Yes, they could have. But would it make sense for him to be on the level of Baby and Super 17 or Yi Xinglong? No, it wouldn't make sense. GT actually cared about scaling. So for Oob to really, really be that powerful, it kind of wouldn't have made sense. But he did definitely have an impact on the Baby arc, where he did stop Baby from killing Goku at one point. And him combining back with Majin Buu was so perfect. It was such a good way to end Buu's story. Seriously, that was awesome. Piccolo. Now, can we please admit that Piccolo has been pretty much left behind since after the Android saga? I mean, I'm not going to say he's been useless, but he hasn't been much of an assistance lately. I mean, and people act like GT made such a big difference in that, and it's been the same shit since the Buu arc. And Piccolo sacrificing himself to get rid of the Black Star Dragon Balls, and then sacrificing going to heaven to go to hell to get Goku out of hell and becoming the protector of hell, I think is a fitting ending for the Demon King. Yes, Piccolo is the Demon King. Yes, he's a good guy, but he is the Demon King, the son of a demon god. So, I think it's a fitting ending to Piccolo's story as well. And then his final bond with Goku with the handshake was awesome. Plus, Piccolo's gonna have a fucking ball down in hell. Heaven would have been way too boring for that guy. And last but not least, Goku. Okay, I get it. A lot of people don't like the fact that Goku was turned into a child again, and they feel it takes the seriousness out of Goku. But what did it really change? He's still the same Goku. Literally, it didn't stop the fact that he was still facing savage major opponents. It didn't change the fact of that at all. Like, he still went up against some pretty difficult opponents. Like, it didn't change anything. It just fit the aesthetic more. Him being a kid fit the story, the plot more for GT, which is basically them searching the Dragon Balls. It was a homage to the old school Dragon Ball. And it just fit better with him being a kid. Let's be honest. If he was an adult with all this, it wouldn't be right. It just wouldn't fit right into the story. Him being a kid again fit the aesthetic a lot more. On top of that, Goku didn't lose any power when he was minimized. All that he lost was the stamina ability to hold Super Saiyan 3, which is understandable because Super Saiyan 3 has always had a stamina issue, even when he had his adult body. So it would make sense that the issue would get worse with his smaller body. And some people even argue that he should have just been a kid at the beginning of GT and then turned into an adult in the latter of GT. And I can see that. It's arguable. I mean, I like the fact that he's a kid throughout the series, but it's arguable to say that he could have been turned into an adult later on. I personally don't agree with that, but I can see why some people would have liked that. I personally prefer Kid Goku because it makes his arrogance that much more charming. So yeah, man, I mean, that's just the way I see it. I mean, GT is more of the, I don't want to say human side of Dragon Ball, but it's more the matured side of Dragon Ball. You know, a lot of people, you know, they like the, oh, how strong is this? How strong is that? How strong is that? Oh, he's not strong. He's useless. He's ruined. That shit is just not like that. You know, GT is more of a story. And I understand people like Super because it gave these characters time to shine, which is why Toriyama wanted to place Super where he did, where everyone is on their younger streak, but at the same time, he sacrificed scaling for that. A lot of it made no sense. So, I mean, I can understand it that you like that these characters get to shine, but that doesn't make it good. It really doesn't. So, let me know what y'all think in the comments section if you agree or disagree, and we can talk about it. All right, see you on the next video.